What's up, boxing fans? This is TBE Boxing, back at you again. Today's topic, Raleigh Romero should quit boxing now before he gets hurt in the ring. Let's chop it up and see what it's all about.
Got the money for minutes, petty bitch, gotta show me titties. This is the life that I chose, huh? On the block with the pole, huh? This is the life that I chose, huh? On the block with the pole, huh? That life for riches, huh? That life for riches, huh? Pretty bitch, show me titties, huh? And I got the glazy run up on me, I'ma make you get it. I'ma make you get it.
Okay, boxing fans, let's talk some boxing. We're gonna chop it up. All right, so we all know we had some great fights last night. We had the Raleigh Romero, we had the Castaño versus Charlo, and like I said, we had the one of the preliminary was Raleigh Romero versus Anthony Yigit. Now, as you saw in my headline, my caption, I'm saying that Raleigh Romero should probably just quit boxing now before he gets hurt. And that's what I think, honestly, after I saw that fight last night. I mean, Raleigh Romero didn't really show me much last night. And what I did see of him, I really think that he should quit boxing now before he gets hurt. Okay, because I don't see, he kind of reminds me of Chavez Jr. Okay, very little skill. He's a big bruiser. He's a big kid, strong, but he has no boxing skills whatsoever. I mean, it was painful to watch him last night in that fight with a guy like Yigit. Now, Yigit looked like he had some boxing skills, but it looked like he hadn't been boxing for a while. I think he had got some type of an eye injury in 2019, and he just came back from that injury. I think this is his first fight in 2 years, basically. And when I saw him in the ring, he looks like he's been out for 2 years. Okay, he looks, a lot of ring rust was there. You can see you can see his mind had the right ideas, but his body couldn't execute because he wasn't in the condition that he needed to be in. And he had a lot of ring rust, and he was slipping, missing a lot of shots, and a lot of his punches didn't have much on them because he wasn't really punching with any he wasn't putting anything on his punches really. He was sitting down on his punches. A lot of slapping punches from Yigit, but you can see that the basics are there. He just needs to sharpen up a little bit and get back in the game. But as for Romero, it's a mystery to me, and I literally mean a mystery to me. What Floyd Mayweather saw in Romero, because I don't see anything there. Okay, I mean, yeah, as raw material, you can look at him and say maybe we can turn him into something. But right now, I don't see anything there at all, and I don't really see. Now, I'm not going to say it's impossible to turn him into a boxer, but he's not a boxer right now. Okay, he's just a big bruiser who tries to intimidate and impose himself on his opponents with just his strength and his power. Okay, and he's very awkward, very off balance, doesn't throw his punches with any kind of balance, not much of a technique. Just sloppy and it was very sloppy last night. Both of these guys were sloppy, but like I said, we could give Yigit a pass because he's been out for 2 years. Not much of a pass, but we could give him a pass. He's been out for 2 years, okay? So he's a little ring rusty. But what's Romero's excuse? The guy was so sloppy, it was painful to watch the fight. He left himself open with every punch that he threw. A good boxer would have picked him apart last night and knocked him out, okay? I don't see anybody in the lightweight division that he can beat currently. None. No one. Okay? None of the guys that's currently at the top 10 he can beat. So, I'm not sure what, Floyd Mayweather. I don't know if he's still signed with Floyd Mayweather or what's going on with that. But I don't know. I can't see why Floyd Mayweather signed him in the first place unless he was doing somebody a favor. So I just don't see it because this guy doesn't display any skills whatsoever. Somebody needs to, get him in there and show him what he needs to do or teach him some skills because, you can only go so far with power and strength in boxing. And, as we all saw with the Castaño fight last night and Charlo. So, I mean, this guy Romero I don't think he has much of a future in boxing. And I heard him last night calling for Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis could beat Raleigh Romero with his best hand tied behind his back. And I mean that literally. I think Gervonta Davis could beat Raleigh Romero with one hand. And I would put money on that fight. Okay? I would put money on that fight between Romero and Gervonta Davis fighting with one hand. That's what I think of Romero. No skills whatsoever. Doesn't seem like, he's going to develop into anything, substantial in terms of boxing. I don't see him going anywhere, in the lightweight division anytime soon because I think the next good opponent, that he fights, he will get stopped. Okay? He's just a big bruiser. Big for the lightweight, it looks like. Massive guy, okay, in terms of body type, muscular, big top heavy, in terms of his arms and shoulders and so forth. But when it comes to boxing IQ, ring generalship, skills in the ring, nothing whatsoever. I mean, a total blank. Zilch, zero. So I don't know what's going on with this guy. His coach, his trainer, the guy that was training him last night, the guy that was in his corner, he seemed pretty competent. I mean, he was giving Romero good instructions, telling him exactly what he needs to do. And as a matter of fact, he told him what he did, to do for Romero to go out there and get the knockout, which Romero could have got earlier if he had really did what his corner was telling him to do in the first place. Okay, but again, when it comes to executing, Romero is not the best. He's not the sharpest arrow in the quiver. And last night, the fight last night with a guy that's been off for 2 years, hasn't really boxed much, showed, that Romero is not ready for prime time, nowhere near. And any of the top guys in the world in the lightweight division will not only beat him but stop him. So, again, I don't really. I mean, this guy does, he does a lot of talking, and I've been hearing him talking, here and there, and I've seen him around, and getting into different things with different boxers, but actually watching him fight, for the full fight, because I watched the whole fight. I've seen him fight before, but I didn't never watch a full fight of him. But I mean, this is the worst I've ever seen him. Look like he's getting worse instead of getting better. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, he looked very stiff last night. He looked like, he looked unsure of himself when he got into the ring. To tell you the truth, I mean, he looked kind of unsure of himself coming into the ring, I thought. And while he was in there, he kind of looked unsure of himself about what he really needed to do, even though he was getting good instructions from his corner. Okay, his corner was giving him good instructions. But he just seems, like he was kind of, unsure. He didn't seem really confident in there. I don't think this guy is a boxer. I think he needs to, like I said, retire from boxing before he gets hurt. Go find something else to do. I don't think he's going to make it in the boxing game. I think his next fight, as I said already, that, if any good fighter he fights next, he's going to lose. Unless they keep putting him in against guys like the guy he just fought, people that hasn't, that's, doesn't really have the skills to take him on. They put him in there with anybody that's halfway decent, and he's finished. So I don't really see where this guy is going. I mean, I don't want to keep harping on this guy. As if he has no potential whatsoever, which, I don't really see much of a potential, but who am I? I mean, he does have one good thing going in his favor, okay? And that is that he has a nice boxer's physique. He's a big guy, he's strong, he's got the arms, okay? Good reach, okay? So he, from a physical standpoint, he's a good specimen in terms of being a boxer, okay? But he needs the skills to go with that, and he doesn't seem to have any. Okay, so that's basically what it is. So maybe somebody could turn him into a boxer, and I guess if anybody could do it, it's Floyd Mayweather. But I don't know. I don't know how much Floyd Mayweather is actually working with him. I didn't see, Floyd Mayweather at the fight last night, and I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if he's still on, he's work. If he's still with Floyd Mayweather, if he, what the situation is with that. But I thought he was with Floyd Mayweather. Maybe I'm wrong. But anyway. The bottom line is somebody needs to take this guy and train him and show him how to box. And maybe I mean, so in that sense, maybe there's some hope for him in the sense that maybe somebody can turn him into a fighter. But right now he's not a fighter, and he needs to be, he needs training pronto on how to box. And like I said, he has the physical attribute, so maybe somebody can turn him into a boxer. I don't know who that's gonna be, but he needs that training, and he needs it now. Okay, if he's going to go any further in this boxing game, he needs to really get into some serious training and trying to learn some skills before he gets hurt in this boxing game. Because right now he's basically a sitting duck. Okay, if he goes in there against anybody with any type of skills whatsoever. So that's just the way I see that. Rolondo Romero. Let's see what happens in his next fight. Hopefully he gets some training and learn some more skills. It looks to me like he's the Deontay Wilder, well, the old Deontay Wilder, because we see the new Deontay Wilder actually training and doing the work that he needs to do to beat Fury so much that Fury is trying to duck him at this point. But yeah, Rolondo Romero needs to pick up some skills. We need an intervention with Rolondo Romero, pronto, right away, before he goes any further in his boxing career and get hurt in the ring. Because right now, like I said, he's a sitting duck, low-hanging fruit for any guy out there who wants to, pick him off, as far as I can see. So yeah, that's how I see that. So, as for Yigit, maybe I gotta see him fight again. Maybe I go and look at some of his fights before. This is the first time I saw him fight. Like I said, he didn't look like much last night. A lot of, was off balance a lot, throwing a lot of shots off balance and from out of range and different things like that. Didn't seem to have a lot of strength in there. So yeah, he was off for 2 years, and maybe that's what it is. But I think he's another guy. He needs to work on his skills and get rid of that ring rust. So he needs to get back in the ring as soon as possible. And put some more rounds in. So let's see what if he's going to continue, if this was just a little money fight for him where they gave him some money to fight Romero, or if he's actually coming back and, continuing his career as a boxer, or if it's just a part-time thing for him at this point in his career. We don't know. But we'll see what happens. We'll see if we hear from Yigit again. Like I said, he has some potential, but he needs a lot of work as well. Not as much work as Romero, but he does need some work. So, yeah. So I'm going to leave it there. This is TBE Boxing. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Go to the website, tbeboxing.com. We have a lot of merchandise and different paraphernalia in boxing on the channel. We'll pick something up. Okay. Like, again, you can donate to the channel, Cash App, Patreon, Stream Elements, whatever you want to do. So there it is. So, yeah. This is TBE Boxing. I'm out.